We continue our live coverage on ABC's Wide World of Sports this afternoon as the determination as to who will represent the United States in the sport of women's gymnastics will be made today here at the Salt Palace in Salt Lake City. The final rotation now for Kelly Garrison-Steves. At the age of 21, no doubt a leadership role will be hers if she's able to get through this routine and make the team. Just as Kathy Johnson was the leader of the women's gymnastic team in 1984. So rare, really, Kathy, not to see a gymnast from a club like the Parkettes or Don Peters Scats or Carolis. She is obviously from the University of Oklahoma and has survived through the collegiate performances as well.
Well, the reason I think she's had the longevity is she's been able to put her career in gymnastics and her personal life in perspective. Kelly, since 14, has taken an active part in the decision-making process. Triple twist there, step out. That's going to cost her a couple tests, but a very difficult move. But she has been involved in the decision-making process concerning her training, and her coaches says it's really helped her confidence and allowed her to foster creativity in the sport and just maintain her interest.
She has a fairly large margin of error. A very strong second-place standing right now for Kelly Garrison-Steves.
It's so important to not let go of that concentration, which is easy to do on the last event, especially the floor exercise.
That's twice now.
2 times. And 2 major breaks. Comes down to the last event.
He only needs an 8.7 to hold second place. But now obviously not too happy with what just happened on the floor exercise. Here's mistake number 1.
It could be caused of a lack of concentration or just fatigue from all the pressures. Triple twist. It's so difficult to stop that particular move. You're twisting so fast, and knowing when to come out is tough.
Here's mistake number 2.
She looked like she had a great deal of speed. Let's see what happens in the air. She just held on to it a little bit too long. She over-rotated.
And now you're just not quite sure what's going to pop up. 1984 at the U.S. Olympic trials, guess what? She fell twice. It didn't make the team. Now, Brandy Johnson was one of the leaders after the 3rd rotation, and she's getting ready to go. Now, that's Bill Strauss, who is from the Parkettes, not even Brandy's coach. But this gymnastic community is filled with friendships, special friendships that have developed with traveling all over the world over the years and spending as much time as they do on the road in hotels and in arenas.
I do believe the coaches will get together when it comes down to training time and getting prepared for Seoul.
Here's another Karoli gymnast, Brandy Johnson. She's had a little bit of a rough day, Kathy, but she still is right there in 4th place after the 3rd. And she needs a 9.30 to just hold her position.
Once again, this is a precarious event, but I think that Brandy can hold on to it. Talking to Marta Karoli, her coach, as well as Bella, she feels that Brandy is very confident on this apparatus.
Kelly Garrison-Steves got a 9.463. She is safe and can pack her bags.
Critical move coming up here. Front flip, and boy, she nails that.
Get your visa, Kelly.
Obviously, the music is not to the balance beam, although she's right in time with it.
Johnson has that special explosive something that could make her something extra special. And we're waiting for her score on the balance beam. Meanwhile, sitting next to Shelley Stack, who is on the U.S. Olympic team, unofficially, of course, is Chrissy Phillips. And we know that Chrissy will not be going. Here now is Phoebe Mills. The score for Brandy Johnson was a 9.75. She will remain in 4th. And she will be going with Shelley Stack and with Melissa Marlowe and with Kelly Garrison-Steves and with Hope Spivey. And there's no doubt that Phoebe Mills.
If Phoebe can perform like she has performed in these trials so far at the Olympics, you can most definitely see the possibility of a medal. She has tremendous form. Her difficulty is there, and she moves with such confidence.
Kathy, she's really been nearly perfect. 9.938, 9.9 on the uneven bars. Floor exercise, 9.963.
She had a slight bobble there, but did you see how she covered it up? The judges will take less off for that. Switch leg gainer layouts. Very difficult to do. And her dismount. Double tuck. Great competition for Phoebe.
There's the mother of Phoebe Mills. Yet another one of the fine athletes to come out of the family for this team. Now, but on individual events, it's a totally different story. On any given day, someone like Phoebe certainly has the talent to go up against the other top gymnasts in the world. There's Mary Lou Retton. Let's go to Becky Dixon.
Al, this is certainly a wonderful moment for the Mills family. There's been a lot of hugging and kissing up here. Susan, your family is so supportive of each other. Do each of you feel like you've had a part in Phoebe's wonderful success?
We all have a part in everyone's successes.
Your family is spread out now over 3 states, training for various sports, but you seem to maintain a very strong family bond. How do you do that, Chris? I bet you have a big bill.
By being very loving and caring, basically.
Will you be going to Seoul?
We're working on it.
Yeah, I guess so, if we can
We have
figure
to
out a way
find a
to get
place
there.
to stay. If anyone has a place
We're a little
to stay.
superstitious, so we don't count our chickens till they're hatched. I guess they've hatched now.
They have hatched. Have a wonderful trip.
Except
We hope
for
you
the
make
ones
it.
who do like that.
Al, back to you.
Okay, Becky, thank you very much. Phoebe Mills score a 9.850. And watching on television, I guess we have to assume from that conversation, is the rest of the Mills family, wherever they may be, training for whatever they have in mind, somewhere around this country. Still to come, the official presentation of the United States Olympic team in women's gymnastics for 1988. And we'll have that in a moment as we continue live on ABC. Be the greatest day of her life will be far from that for Christy Phillips. She was just not able to be good enough today to become a member of the U.S. Olympic team. Battling so hard to lose the weight that came with the changing of her body as she just happened to grow older and become a woman. Christy just needed a little bit more time, and unfortunately the Olympic schedule just wasn't able to do that for her. Then the standings are these. Unofficially, the top 6, remember, will go. The 7th member of this team will be an alternate. The 8th member will be another alternate remaining back in the United States. The average age of this team, 16.5 years of age, a year younger than it was in 1984. Now, the coaches who have been able to place their team members on the team include Phoebe Mills for Caroli, Kelly Garrison-Steves, Buick and Henley and the University of Oklahoma, then Bill and Donna Strauss from the Parkettes in Allentown for Hope Spivey, then Caroli again on the double duo of Brandy Johnson and Shelley Stack, Mark Lee from Rocky Mountain Gymnastics for Melissa Marlowe, and Rhonda Fain for Bella Caroli again in 7th. The biggest difference from this team to the 1984 team is that 84 team had 3 members of the 1980 team on it. This team has no members from the 1984 squad. Mills, Spivey, Johnson, and Stack did not compete in Rotterdam at the 87 World Championships. And, of course, Do Yamashiro remembers the 6th place finish of the United States at those World Championships. But her sprained ankle, received 9 days ago, was just not strong enough to even allow her to have the chance to compete. Her dream was dashed without even a chance, as was her friend and teammate Sabrina Marr, who was unable to go beyond the compulsories. Now, underneath the area there where you saw Christy Phillips, who just walked away from it all, there are some very nervous happy women, not the least of which is Donna De Verona.